I love watching cartoons. It's the best. Ever since I was young, up until last night, I watched cartoons almost every day. In fact, I like watching cartoons so much, I watch the same ones over and over again. Because as you know, as you grow up, you start to see different things. You start to get different inspiration from the same cartoons by looking at it in different ways. For instance, when I was young, I really related to Bart Simpson because he was a young, super fun guy who liked to, have as much fun as he can while staying out of trouble. Just like I was. As I grew up, I started relating a lot with Homer, trying to juggle relationships and a job and still having time to go out and have a good time with friends. And lately, as I've been moving into a new career path, I used to be a railroader working in a very industrialist type of environment. Now I'm working into financial planning in a very professional office. I find it very hard to kind of draw inspiration from places that help me grow as a person. Sometimes I really got to look in the most unconventional places. And I found out over the years, looking at cartoons is one of the best ways of getting that motivation and inspiration while bettering yourself. So Toastmasters and guests, I'd like to present to you tonight lessons in business that I've learned from my all-time most favorite cartoon character, the super genius himself, Mr. Wile E. Coyote. Lesson 1, be hungry. Wile E., he was hungry. He was starving. He was physically hungry. That's what got him up every morning to chase his goal. That's what defined his goal, was to catch that pesky roadrunner. Not only was it the first thing that that affected him to get up, because he stayed hungry throughout his entire journey because he could never catch that thing. That's what kept him going. So us in the real world here, in the business world, if you want to become an entrepreneur, you need to be hungry, number one. Not only at the beginning, but through every little bump and turn in the road, whether you succeed or fail along the way, stay hungry. Lesson 2, do not be afraid of failure. If Wile E. Coyote had failed, if Wile E. Coyote had quit after every time that he had failed, he wouldn't have been able to give us so many great mornings of great cartoons that so many kids around the globe really get to enjoy every Saturday morning. And in business, and on that note, the only time you actually fail is if you stop attempting what you were doing. Wile E. Coyote, he never stopped. He kept going. I don't even think failure was in his vocabulary. That's a good lesson to learn from him. In business, in the real life, in the real world, we can look at these famous entrepreneurs and business moguls that we know throughout the years, and I bet if we asked them a question, they would all lead to the same theme of saying that along their path, they must have failed a lot. In fact, they would most likely say that if you're not failing along the way, you're not on the right path to success, whether in life or in business. That leads me to one of my most favorite quotes. It goes like this: the professional has failed more times than the amateur has attempted. I think that really hits home for me. Lesson 3, constantly innovate. Every time he failed, he did not catch that roadrunner, he went back to the drawing board and he had new and improved ways of trying all these wacky inventions to try and catch this roadrunner, from giant elastic rubber bands to painting a tunnel on a cliff, which eventually some sort of train or truck would come out of. All the physics are quite different than the Looney Tunes in the world. But the idea is that he was trying this stuff. He was innovating all the time. You guys remember Blockbuster? Kind of. 10 years ago, they were industry leaders in multimedia rental experience. Now, we can be hard-pressed to even remember where the locations were around town. Not even 10 years later. They forgot to innovate. They stayed stagnant and they failed because of that. Lesson 4, invest in your business. How many thousands of dollars do you think Wile E. spent on all the Acme Corporation constructions? He knew he was making a capital expenditure in his goal to try and to catch that roadrunner. Of course, it didn't work very often, but The point is, he knew to invest. For us, walking into the business world and becoming entrepreneurs, we need to learn to invest, not only in capital expenditures, but in ourselves too. I believe education is the best way that anybody can invest in themselves. It's what I have done my whole life, and it's what I would recommend to anybody entering into the new field of business. Lesson 5. Ideas are ultimately not as important as execution. Good, well thought out ideas were rampant throughout his entire show. And like I said, he would draw up all these crazy blueprints and schematics to try and figure out how to catch this roadrunner, but ultimately, he was not very good at executing these ideas. And we can spend all sorts of time at work, in board meetings, and doing research on a computer, researching these different ways that we can go about creating a better business environment and ultimately succeed better. But if we don't act on these ideas, we're as good as the coyote was. And lesson 6, the final lesson, don't overlook the simple solutions. It seemed to me that Wile E. Coyote had quite a bit of bird seed stored somewhere. He was always using it as a lure to try and catch that roadrunner. I think coyotes are omnivores, meaning that they can eat meat or fruits or nuts or seeds or anything and really survive. Why didn't he just eat the bird seed? It would have accomplished his goal of getting fed and eating, because he was so obsessed in catching this complicated problem. He was so obsessed with trying to create all these complicated answers to try and get it. Reminds me of the story, even the greatest minds suffer from overthinking simple solutions. Reminds me of the story of the American and the Russian astronaut. The American astronaut he works at NASA, and he's bragging to the Russian astronaut, saying, "Yeah, we just solved this problem. What we did, it was really hard. We created a solution to make pens that we can draw in outer space, because in zero gravity, the ink can't flow down the pen." So they had this crazy battery pack pen that was really expensive. And the Russian astronaut, he goes, "Oh yeah, we had that problem too." And the American astronaut said, "Well, how did you fix that solution? How did you fix that?" And he said,